going to go straight to Amy Jadesimi, Dr. Amy Jadesimi, who is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer at LADOL. Of course, you all know about what LADOL is doing, but this is our first television live studio interview here on Channels Television in the new year. So I'm going to ask her for her first word in 2018 about the Nigeria's oil and gas industry. It's good to have you. Hope you had a nice weekend.
Thank you for having me.
I'd like to what are your first words when you look at the oil and gas industry in 2018?
I think
what would you like to see?
I would like to see more local content. I think we've had a fantastic start to the year with the arrival of the Agena FPSO, an unprecedented event for our local content. We have to thank the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board. We have to thank the Nigerian Ports Authority. We have to thank the Nigerian Export and Processing Zones Authority, who all helped to make it possible. But now that we have this platform, we need to take local content higher.
In talking about the investments in this industry, because this is your industry, and I'm sure you've sunk hundreds of millions of dollars. On that little island, wherever you are there, where your world is on that island. I had an opportunity of visiting there sometime 2013, 2014. That was still early stage, but now it looks like a lot of things. I think I should come back.
It's changed a lot.
It's changed a lot.
It's changed a lot.
It's changed a lot.
You'll be shocked.
I'll be shocked.
Well, I think the FPSO at night lights up the whole sky, so you can even see it from the mainland. So
I need to come there at night.
You need to come.
I need to see the beauty of it.
You have an open invitation.
Open invitation. Thank you. Again, because I saw a little bit of that being built on the Snake Island by Nigerians who manufactured part of that, and I was really, it was really amazing when I went to those folks last year and saw that we actually could do so much in this country if we're allowed to. If the environment is right.
So that's a great point. One of the reasons the arrival of the FPSO and the shipyard in LADOL is so strategic is that it enables us to increase the local demand for fabrication by at least a factor of 4. Previously, what you saw being fabricated at Niger Dock would have had to be put on a vessel and taken to the other side of the world to be integrated there. The fact that you can now put it on a barge and bring it to LADOL means that we can replicate the same industrialization that we've seen happen in America and Europe and in South Korea, because they do the same thing. They fabricate all over their country. They bring all the fabricated pieces together in an integration yard, and then it enables you to operate in a way that is very economically attractive to the oil companies and to other industries as well. So Total is smiling not only because they have contributed significantly to the local content of Nigeria, but they have also saved themselves a lot of money in the future because it's going to be cheaper for them to fabricate, to develop blocks, and to maintain them thanks to this facility they helped build.
How long did it take to build the Agena FPSO? So let's wind back a little bit for us where the concept of this actually came from and all of that.
So LADOL started in 2001. The concept was started by Ladi Jadesimi, and he had a vision to develop a world-class industrial free zone. Because oil and gas is our largest industry, we did start off working for the oil and gas sector, building in different phases a logistics base and now this shipyard. The facilities in LADOL can be used for other industries, and we've already started doing some work for agriculture. But the shipyard was a particularly controversial development. Some of you may remember that there was a lot of noise around 2013 and 14. Exactly. I think, you know, we expected that because when you do something that is such a huge game changer, people are going to be concerned. Of course, now all those concerns have turned to cheers of praise because everybody, all the stakeholders can now see how this is going to benefit them in the medium to long term. So the shipyard itself was constructed very quickly. One of the pushbacks we got when we started building in 2013 was, oh, it's going to take 5 years. It's impossible to build something like this in Nigeria or to operate it. The shipyard, the fabrication yard, started fabricating within a year of construction starting. Well, construction stopped and then it restarted in 2014. So it restarted in, I believe, August 2014. And by August 2015, we had already started fabricating. So that shows you that building facilities like this, if you have the right environment, and I think the fact that we were in a free zone, and Nigeria Export and Processing Zone's free zone was very instrumental, you can build these facilities. The creation of this shipyard, as I said, is strategic not only because it allows us to integrate and put massive vessels, massive modules. We can even put trains together. We can put anything together in this yard. It also allowed us to demonstrate the quality that can be achieved in Nigeria. So the welding quality in that yard is already the highest in the world. And that's Nigerian welders.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Nigerian
I saw that
welders.
at Niger Dock, and I was amazed at the fabrication units and very little thing. And surprised many of them are women as well.
Women can weld. Women can do. Women can even run companies. We can do all kinds of things.
I saw that because women can run companies, and
yes.
you folks run companies. But again, when it comes to detailed technical fabrication, very small pieces of things, sometimes as little as days, and they'll have to manufacture it into very minute details to fit into it, because a floating FPSO is taking volume and volume of oil. It's not something you can allow something as little as this to leak.
No, the standards that you have to achieve in order to fabricate for this industry are the highest in the world, which is why this facility has demonstrated that we can actually industrialize Nigeria now. If we can meet the standards required by the most challenging industry in the world, obviously we can handle all the other industries, we can handle all the other components as well, and we can industrialize Nigeria starting from now.
I saw hundreds of Nigerian workers on Niger Dock, or the Snake Islands. I will tell you, I was looking for snakes all over it, and I was scared. It's called Snake. That was my first time ever going. There's a Snake Island. I was told there were no snakes over there. But again, I saw a lot of young Nigerians working, and I said, how can you put? And I was surprised that I was on an island just at the backwaters of Lagos. You can have about 1,000 Nigerians, young people, employed to do things that could be done in South Korea or in Hamburg or elsewhere.
So employment of Nigerians is key. And now that we have built this facility in LADOL Free Zone, we're focusing on upskilling. We're building an upskilling academy to train young Nigerians, because those cost savings I'm talking about for the oil and gas industry and our ability to manufacture for other industries like agricultural processing and so on depends on us having a skilled workforce. So the upskilling academy is about training Nigerians in a range of technical areas. Those Nigerians will be kept perpetually employed, in part by the work they're doing in LADOL, but also in part by the work that has been triggered or generated due to some of what we're doing in LADOL. Like, for example, a shipyard has a 10 times multiplier effect on job creation, meaning for every one job we create inside LADOL Free Zone, 10 jobs are created outside. And so those young people will be employed in LADOL, a lot of them will be employed outside of LADOL, and a lot of the other yards across Nigeria, yards like Avion, which have been doing fantastic work, but who have been limited because they haven't been able to manufacture large modules, because it's not economic to manufacture a large module and ship it to the other side of the world. So now yards like Avion can increase their capacity and can employ more people, and you see how this creates an exponential multiplier effect.